Okay, well, welcome everybody to RCCV2. This is Roberta. It is February 5th, 2014. RCCV2, we're still in beta launch, just started over a week ago, and it is going phenomenal. This is where the sky is not the limit, folks. We were going to have a formal presentation tonight. We changed that. Todd is here with us. We're so happy. Always great when Todd joins us on a webinar, of course. He's going to be going over a little bit more in depth back office, product, and so forth. We will be having an open Q&A following what Todd has in store here for us, as well as 3 prizes again. Yay, you guys are going to be so excited about that. Now, that'll be random selection from folks that are on the webinar, so you might want to stay on, guys, till the end. Hint, hint. But anyway, with that, you know, Todd, I've worked with Todd in the past, and you know, he's a great guy. He's very comfortable. Todd is real smart. He's a veteran online. He's a top-notch, of course, networker, as well as now a very successful business owner, as you all well know, with RCC version 1 and other projects that he's worked on. He's developed software. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. We love him. I adore Todd. He's just the nicest guy in the world. Very approachable, which is always super. How many companies online can you actually get to listen to the owner, meet the owner, or even better yet, even know who the owner is? So with that, it is always with such pleasure to bring out Todd. Todd, are you there?
Hey, Roberta, I'm here. Am I coming through pretty clear?
You sound crystal clear to me.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to say thank you to Roberta, too. Roberta is a wonderful admin, a wonderful support person, and she's a great internet marketer as well, and appreciate your kind words there. And it's my pleasure working with you. You've been wonderful. You know, it's been a few years now. We've worked together on and off, and it's my pleasure working with you as well. If everybody can hear me okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the back office overview of RCCV2. I did this last week, and I wanted to do it again because, as everybody knows, we are in beta launch. That means that everything in the back office is not fully functional yet. We're doing like a soft beta launch, and we're kind of doing live testing. When we launch a few weeks early and everything, like all the pieces of the puzzle aren't 100% there, the reason we're doing this is because we're testing in a live environment. We're kind of testing the market at the same time, and we're putting, you know, the final touches on the program over the next few weeks. We'll actually be in beta launch until March 1st, and then on March 1st we'll go into a full 100% launch. Even while you're in beta, you can still make money, you can still promote the program, you know, it's still a working program, but we just don't have every single little piece of the puzzle together yet, and that's why we're in beta launch. So I just want to let everybody know that the beta launch is doing great. I just did the first payout run today. We paid out a little over $58,000. So in 7 days since the program's launched in beta, we've paid out $58,000 to the members. So I just want everybody to know also that payouts are every Wednesday now, and that's going to be the same as in RCCV1. I was doing the payouts, you know, every other day, every 24 to 72 hours. But with the accounting and with the amount of payouts going out between version 1 and version 2, it's making it will be a lot easier on us, the admin and the owners and the accounting, if we do the payouts 1 day a week. So just remember Wednesday, some people call that hump day. Hump day is also payday in RCCV1 and in RCCV2. With that, as you guys know, this is the back office. I'm already logged in. The first thing I want to show you guys, the calendar is still not fully functional. This will be functional in 2 or 3 days. This calendar will be populated with different webinar dates and different phone calls, different meetings that we have throughout the month. So you'll be able to log in here and say, oh, there's a webinar on the 14th. I can send some prospects there. So that's the point of this calendar right here. The recent activities, it just shows some different things that have happened when as you're working the program. It tells you when you've earned on the 2x3 or if you've earned from the pass up side. This says I made $25 on the 2x3, but I actually made $25 on the pass up side. So that actually is going to need to have a little edit there. But that's what this does, and it's also pretty soon going to show as a new person comes onto any of the boards you're on, you'll get a message here that will say, hey, heads up, Johnny just joined your board. Maybe go say hi to him. And then, of course, you can go to your board, click on him. As long as he's updated his profile, you'll have a lot of different ways to contact him and say hi and welcome him to RCCV2. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm just getting over a little bit of a cold here still. But everything you can see here, we've got it set up so you can kind of just glance at the page and see exactly what's going on back here. We want to make this program as simple as we possibly can, but at the same time, there are a lot of moving parts in this program. This is a 100% custom made system and program. It's not one of those programs you see that people just buy a script and throw it together. All of this, you'll never see another back office, quite like this one or exactly like this one, because we made it from scratch pretty much. But as you can see, here's your e-wallet balance. You can click this. It will take you to your main e-wallet. Your board income's here. Your passive income, which is your residual side income, is displayed here. Your pending withdrawals is here, and your total paid out. And these are clickable now, so you can click on them and you can see where you earn the money from each cycle. This over here, you can click it, and it will actually take you to the board where you earn that from. So you can kind of research the boards a little bit. That's another thing we still have to add is the board summary, which will be in here in company status. And it's just a way you can kind of go back and research and see as your board split exactly who went where and why the board split a certain way. Some people don't fully understand the way these boards split, but I want you guys to trust me. The way that these boards split, this code is pretty much rock solid. The jumping is correct. When it goes left to right, everybody's going to the right place. We did have a little bit of a problem there with the very first day we launched, and we had to fix a little bit of the code, but we've really ironed out as far as the board splitting. I mean, this is rock solid code. But when you have the company summary, which will be in here, you'll be able to go back and see the progression of your boards as they split, how you made money here, who went where, and that's a really cool feature. That's not added yet, but let me show you some of the things that are added. First, I'll do a real quick reminder of how the boards work in case there's some people on the webinar that don't know exactly how the boards work. When you first join, you join the apprentice level. And the reason we're calling this the apprentice level, you got to think of it like you went and got a job on Wall Street. All right, when you start off on Wall Street, you're probably working just off commissions and you're what's considered an apprentice, or like an intern. An apprentice is a little bit better than an intern. But you're an apprentice when you're starting out. You're just getting your feet wet. You're just now joining the company. All right, when you start off on the 2x3 apprentice level, you will start off somewhere on this bottom 8 row. You might start off in the 11th spot here because 8, 9, and 10 might already be filled. So you start off here, everybody starts off green, that means you're unqualified. Now a blue briefcase means that you have 1 qualification. A red briefcase means you have 2 qualifications. Once you get 2 qualifications on the 2x3 board, you're 100% qualified on the apprentice level. And you actually, once you go through the apprentice level one time, you never go through it again. You progress to the next level. But the symbolization of the briefcases is just like you got a really good corporate job and you got to go to work with a briefcase. So that's the reason that we have briefcase this time and not rockets like on V1. Okay, excuse me. Now the reason this color coded system is here as well, you can kind of glance at the board and you can see well, all these people only had 1 sign up. This person had had 0 signups. These people had 1, and the red had 2 or more. These little numbers to the side in this little gray box, circle, this is showing how many exact signups that person has. So as we progress through this program and we're a few months in, you might see a briefcase and wow, they've got 25 signups. That means they have 25 direct personal signups. That's what these little numbers here mean. So you can kind of go through the boards and see who's really working their tail off and who isn't. The green dots here, actually this is a summary board, so this isn't, the green dots don't really matter here, but if it was a board you were on, for example, the CEO board, the green dot means that person is logged in at that time. So that's all that means. People were wondering what these dots mean. And if it was just grayed out, it would mean that they were offline. So anyways, I hope that explained really fast how the boards work, how you progress through them. You know, you want to get red. If you get red, you can jump people to a higher level as the board split, um, and progress through the program faster. The boards do split left to right, which means when this bottom row is filled, the people on the right will go to the right, and the people on the left will go to the left. Everybody will move up one position, and a new 8 line will start on both of the boards. Now, let's say you were red, you were a beamer here, and you were red, and top team over here was green or blue. You can jump from the left to the right, and then now you're at the top of a new board. And yes, you might be away from some of your teammates that were on this board, or you might be with more of them depending on how they came in down here on the bottom. So a lot of people wonder, well, how come I don't see the same people? Well, it's because you jumped to the right, you know, when you were on the left, or somebody might have jumped over you and that could have caused it. The thing you got to remember is your people are still always connected to you in this system. As the board splits again, you'll kind of like reunite with your same people that you were with before. And sometimes you might end up on board with another team that are just really working their butt off. And I've had that happen to me in other programs like this. You kind of get mixed in with another team that you get to leverage their work. You get to leverage off of what they're doing because they're bringing people to the same board as you are. So that's what's really cool about these board programs. It really is a teamwork environment. That's why we try to make it more social as well with the chat feature over here. So you can chat with people that you are on the board with. Right now it's only displaying like your direct signups, but in the next few days this will display everybody that you're on a board with. So you'll be able to send them messages. Excuse me. All right, so you get to the pay line here. As this bottom row fills, we're the only program that I know of that pays this way in a 2x3. You make $50 here when the 8 spot gets filled. You make 50 on the 9, 50 on the 10, 50 on the 11. Then you make 100 on these. So you make 50, 100. You make 200 over here, and then you make 400 over here. So you make a total of $600 before you go into the 2x2. So you're already in profit. Plus on the residual side, you would have already earned $75 as well if you at least had got your 2 people. So by the time you get to the CEO level, you're already in profit. Now this is where you make the big bucks. And the reason we have Learjets is because you just started off with your briefcase as an apprentice. Now you're a CEO. Now you get to fly around on a Learjet. So that's, you know, the meaning of the Learjets. It feels just the same, except this is now a small 2x2 board. It doesn't take as many people. Excuse me. This is what makes our program a lot different than a lot of other 2x3s. A lot of them is a 2x3 into a 2x3, which from my experience was really hard to cycle. Yes, you would cycle for 10 grand when you finally did, but you had to put a lot of people. This takes half as many people to fill up than a 2x3 does. So anyways, when you get here, you're gonna start here somewhere in 4, 5, 6, or 7 spots. There's only 7 positions on a 2x2. Your goal is to make it, of course, to the pay line also. Up here, you only need to bring 1 person. So you're either a green Learjet or you're a red Learjet, and the all white ones are blank spots. So you want to get this bottom row will fill, and it's not just from you. It's from the other people working this 2x2. So you might come up here in the 6th spot. Well, then you got 5 people trying to bring people up here at the same time. That's when I was talking about how it's leveraged teamwork. You know, all these people, they're trying to get to this spot as well. So they're bringing people up here. Or you might come in at this spot. If you come in at this spot, at the last spot here, that will actually break the board, and you'll either start off in the 2 or 3 position. And I see that happen a lot with the 2x2 because it's not really that many positions. So anyways, when you make it up here, you're in the pay line, you're on the CEO 2x2, you've made it through the apprentice board. What happens next, when you get to this position, the first time somebody comes to the number 4 spot, you make $1,000 bucks. When someone comes to this 5 spot, you make $1,000 bucks. So you made $2 grand here already. When someone comes to the 6th spot, you make another 2,000. So that's 4,000. And then when someone finally comes here and splits the board, you make another 3,000. So that's a total of $7,000 you'll make at the top of this board. And I want to tell you guys, when we say we pay out like probably one of the highest percentages in the industry, we really do. I mean, in order to be able to pay out these high amounts of money on these 2x2 boards, the boards have to split. Some people say, well, why don't you just make it a forced matrix? Well, you can make it a forced matrix, but it's not going to pay out this really big life-changing money. And when it's a forced matrix, there's a little bit less of a teamwork environment because it's really just you building down, you know, so it's really so much, it's more personalized then. It's not as much teamwork. So the reason we can pay so much on these on this level up here is because the board split, and also because we pay out over 90% of the money that comes in RCCV2 gets paid out to the members. And the reason we can do that also is because our products are all digital, high quality digital products, not just, you know, products we put in here just to make a program. We spend a lot of time, money, and effort on acquiring the products that we have for sale and developing the products we have for sale. So I think that's what makes us a little bit different than any other cycler out there. I like to think we're like the premium, you know, the Rolls Royce of cyclers, if there is such a thing. You know, we're the Bentley of cyclers. If you are serious about making a lot of money online, if you can bring in a decent amount of people, if you can build a team, you can make a lot of money in RCCV2. I mean, we've already proven it with version 1. We proved that, you know, we could pay out millions of dollars and that the system works. And all we're doing with version 2 is tweaking the system. We're actually paying out more in version 2 because it's a higher entry fee, and we have the residual side. So the residual side makes it really, really different as well, that, you know, compared to all other cyclers. Excuse me, staying cold. All right, let's go to the payout. Let me show the 1x2. This is also something I'm pretty darn sure nobody else has done before. It took us a while to really iron out the details to figure out if we even could afford to put another level into it and to make it worthwhile. But we did, and it's the 1x2 bonus level. The way the 1x2 bonus level works, when you're at the top up here, if you so choose to, if you want to make even more money and go to another level, it's your choice. You don't have to go there if you don't want to. But if you want to, we have a button that you can turn on. And here it is. Here's the button here. You either have it off or on. See, I have it off now. Now up here on the right, you can see too, go to the 1x2. The box is not checked. We've had a couple people want to go to it, but they didn't have it checked. And if you don't have it checked, we can't turn around and put you up here. You've got to make sure your button is on. So anyways, this is the 1x2 board. Let me go back to the 2x2 to explain how the 1x2 works. All right, after you're up here, this is your position. These positions have already filled. You've already made $4,000. Okay, once these are filled and you're here, you made $4,000. Now this seventh spot, this spot is worth $3,000. Now if you have your go-to 1x2 button clicked on, as somebody fills this spot, you will forego that $3,000 and use it to leverage yourself up into the 1x2. And you would actually be paying your sponsor above you. If you had a sponsor that was there, you'd be paying them $3,000 to come up here. Now the way this works is, this is not a splitting board. This really is kind of like a little force matrix is all it is. You would come up at the top. You don't start at the bottom on this board. You start at the top. And the way this works is the $3,000 cost to come in here went to somebody above you, but you're not going to see them. You're just going to see your own little 1x2 here. Now the way this works is you forgo that 3,000. Now, when one of your personal direct signups, and everybody needs to know this, it has to be someone you personally directly signed up. Now, if they decide to go into the 1x2 also, they would have their button clicked. They would come to this position. Now, you would automatically get that $3,000 back that you used to come up here. So now you're at $7,000. Now, when a second personally sponsored person fills up this third spot, you get another $3,000 because they leveraged their $3,000 up. So that basically you can double your money. So you could make an extra $3,000 up here. So you basically could turn $500 into $10,000. You really could. Yes, it takes some work. It takes some teamwork. It takes some signups. But you could turn $500 into $10,000. Now, so this is how the little 1x2 works. There's no color-coded legend up here or anything like that. Everybody's qualified when they come up here. You just do have to have a personal direct sign-up follow you up here. So anyways, that's the boards. I got that out the way. This link here is your direct sales team. It just shows everybody that you personally brought in as the dark blue, and then the light blue, the green is somebody they personally brought in, and then the orange is their signups. That reminds me, there's going to be a legend up here that explains this color coding also. But this is pretty cool because you can click on any of them and it takes you to the profile. So if they had a picture here, I want to recommend everybody to fill your profiles out. Don't be scared to put your picture, write something about yourself. This really helps for this program to be more social. We're not going to force you guys to put your phone number there or your Facebook ID, but I really encourage people to do that because this is network marketing. The bigger your network grows, the more social you are, the more money you can make because you're reaching out there and you're networking with people. But as you can see, you can click on all these and you can know who these people are in your downline really easily. It's really streamlined. So anyways, that's your direct sales team. As you see, your navigation is all over here in the left. Oh, I forgot to show you guys something in the 2x2. This wasn't here last time. This down here is your 2x2 board viewer. And this is only on the 2x2. It's not on the 2x3 and it's not on the 1x2. But what this does is help you to strategize and go look at other boards who could possibly enter your 2x2. And this was just actually added today. Actually, it's not 100% finished because these names here are supposed to be in blue, which they will be tomorrow. And you could click them, and then that would take you to that board. But what this does is, excuse me, it shows people that are at the top of a 2x3 that might enter this board. It also shows people that are in a 2x2 that might re-enter into this board. So you can kind of strategize. You can see where other people are at. This explains exactly what it is here, the legend here. And this is a really great feature. We had this custom coded in version 1, and the members loved it, and we had to put it in version 2 also, of course. But that's what this is. Tomorrow these will be clickable so you can, really, really research the boards and strategize and maybe help out some of your teammates and say, hey, there's only 2 people need to fill that board, and they come to my board, I make another, $1,000. I should help that board out. So that's how that works. The search here, you can search anyone in the system and see their board. I'm going to pick on Mike, Mr. Frenchie, and see if I can pull up his board, if I can spell his name right. Frenchie. See, this is my buddy Mike. He's already at the 3 spot here on the 2x2. So you can put anybody's name as long as they're in the database, as long as they're a user, and you can check out other boards. Someone could say, hey, I'm in RCCV2 also. Well, what's your username? And then you put it in here and search it, and you can find it. Let me go to the profile real quick. I'm trying to run a little bit fast through this, guys, excuse me. And the reason is because I want to show you guys the products also, and I'm going to do a Q&A and give away some prizes at the end. So I'm running through it a little bit fast. I'm trying not to talk too fast, but I just kind of want to get through it pretty fast. This is where you edit your profile. Here you can add a biography about yourself if you wish. I got to add a new one there. You can, whatever you put there, when other people click on you, they'll see your little biography. You can talk about yourself and everything there. This list, your payment methods, which we have Solid Trust Pay. We didn't have that last webinar. Keep in mind, guys, we're only 1 week in the beta launch. But now we have also Solid Trust Pay. Sometime later this week, we're going to have Pay 2, which I've got high hopes for them. There's some really big other companies, network marketing opportunities using them, and they're supposed to be really good. So we're going to have Pay 2. It's Paytoo. That will be here as another option. And we're also going to have a bank wire option, but we're going to have a limit on bank wires. It's going to have to be at least $2,000. And if you want your money bank wired, you can request to have your money bank wired straight to your bank. Your social media buttons here, your Skype, Facebook. It's funny, I don't even have mine filled out, and I'm telling you guys to do it. But this is where you would put your Skype ID, your Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, your blog. We're going to put a phone number spot in here as well if you would like to share your phone number. You don't have to. But if you guys want to make a lot of money in this type of program, you know, you don't need to be scared of people contacting you. I mean, that's the point of this network marketing. I've seen people make money in a program similar to this, kind of like the granddaddy of this program. I know a guy that made over $1 million in a board program. A lot of people on this webinar probably know who he is too, but he was one of many people that made huge money in a board program. And what we're doing with a board program, I like to think we probably made the best one ever made, because you're not cycling from a 2x3 into a 2x3. You're cycling from a 2x3 into a 2x2. That makes it easier. And then we've also have pass up residual income, which has never been done on a cycler, you know, putting them together. But anyways, this is where you update your profile. You guys all want to update your profile. If you go to do a withdrawal request, you've got to have your payment methods edited within here as well. Let me go over the passive income side real quick as well. All right, the passive income is what really sets us apart, makes us different than any other cycler program there is online. Until somebody copies us, we're the first one to do this. I have seen a couple other ones, smaller entry fees that are a little bit similar, but they're not doing it the way we're doing it. This is your pass up downline. Now, when you come into RCC, and this will have a color-coded legend as well. Lori, if you're on the webinar, remind me to get the programmers to get these color-coded legends in here, because this looks beautiful, but we don't know what the colors mean. But anyways, all right, when you come in, this is where you're going to view your pass up downline. And this is inspired really by the other pass up programs. There's been some really big ones out there. I'm not going to name the name of the programs in the webinar, but we put our own twist on it. We put where when you come in, you're going to make money off of every single sign up you bring in. One of the reasons I did this is because I've built big downlines in these type of programs before I made one, and I was waiting a cycle, but I didn't get paid for all these people I personally sponsored. Well, in RCCV2, you're getting paid on everybody you bring in, $50 on your odd and $25 on your even. And the way this works is when you come in, when you bring someone in, the odd number ones pay you $50 instantly in your e-wallet. The evens pay $25, and the reason they pay $25 is because $25 of that is passed up to your sponsor. So it's just a basic two-level pass-up system, but it can be very powerful, because if you bring somebody in and they just go wild and bring in 20, 30 personal signups, well, you're going to make some nice income every month off of their efforts, because they're passing up $25 every other sale to you, just like their signups are doing the same to them. You know, in this way, we think this is more fair. In a lot of the other passive systems, you give away like 100% of your sponsor to someone else. We didn't want anybody giving anybody away. Some people try to game that system also. They try to put their person in they know that's not going to work to be passed up to make sure they hold on to their superstar networker. Well, in this situation, hopefully people will try to game the system a little bit less, because even if your superstar networker comes in, you know, on your odd or even, you're not losing all the income that they're bringing in. So it makes it a better system for building wide versus building deep. And I want to touch on that real quick. The best way to build this program, in my opinion, if I came in and I was just working it and I didn't develop it, I would try to make it a goal to get 10 personal signups. I know that might sound like a lot, but it's really not that many. I mean, if you really work hard, you can get 10 personal signups, or at least try for that goal. And then after you get those 10 signups, you want to help out all 10 of them to each get 10 signups each. If you were able to do that even one time, you would make a lot of money every month, and probably enough money to pay your bills on the residual side, and you probably would have cycled at least 2 times. So that's $14,000 there. So if you can visualize the money that you can make in this programming, remember we're paying out 90% of the money that comes in. So, I mean, this is a very lucrative compensation plan. I mean, the way we have this set up, it's so you guys can do the best to have a fighting chance at making a lot of money online. A lot of these programs are very hard to understand. You know, you got your binary programs where you got to balance your left and right leg. You got to push so much product volume. You know, we're trying to make this as simple but cool, you know, at the same time, easy to explain. But to me, that would be a great strategy. We're going to make a video about this strategy, about getting 10 to get 10. We're going to like break it down, show how exactly you made the money here, and there. And I just want everybody to know that I don't think you should put 2 under 2 under 2 under 2. And the reason is also when you start building that deep and the boards are splitting, yeah, you're going to cycle pretty well at first, but once that 2 under 2 under 2, that chain gets so long that the board split away, you're not seeing any of that action anymore. Well, if you went 10, that went 10, that went 10, that's keeping your people together. It's a more tighter system, you know, of building, and you'll make a lot more on the passive side. So I hope everybody understands how the passive side works. It's pretty simple. We want people to stick with RCCV2. Give it a few months, you know, really try hard at it, because if you do, you're getting paid on every sign up. You're not just trying to finally cycle. Yeah, it's awesome when you cycle. It's big money at one time. But if you focus more on the residual side and build a nice sales team on your first level, and then you help them do the same on their first level, I think that's like probably the best strategy for you guys to do. All right, let me see real quick. I did the profile. The e-voucher, you can purchase e-vouchers from your e-wallet here. You just select how many e-vouchers you want to you want to purchase, and that pulls it right from your e-wallet. This shows the vouchers that you have used, and this shows your unused vouchers. I showed this on the last webinar, but anyways, you guys want to make sure you click allocate when you do purchase these. If you don't allocate it, then it's not, see, that's why it's in red. So I'll go ahead and allocate this one, and it's just so you can put notes so you know who your e-voucher went to. All right, see, now this is allocated. I put for my brother. Yeah, this last one I put for my sister. And then you can actually cancel it. So just make sure you guys, when you're buying your e-vouchers here straight from the back office, that you allocate them also. And what's cool about this feature is you bypass the payment processors. If you make, you know, $1,000 on the board, and then you want to generate 2 e-vouchers, you can, and you pay exactly $4.99 for them, you know, because it pulls it from your e-wallet. And what a lot of people do, they'll turn around and, you know, take cash or some other payment method for bringing somebody in, and then you just give them the e-voucher. It gives us a lot of flexibility. A lot of other programs don't have this feature. Some out there do as well, but this gives a lot of flexibility, the e-voucher. And all an e-voucher is a set of numbers that gives somebody a position into RCCV2. I think I ran through most of this pretty fast. The promotions here, we still don't have this updated yet. This video is actually going to go back here. The banners are going to go here. There's going to be, we're having some really amazing contests. I'm giving away 3 days and 2 nights in Belize, you know, at the company condo, you know, airfare included. That's going to be one of the prizes. We're going to be giving away computers, laptops, all type of stuff. All that's starting next month, starting March 1st on the full launch. So that's what your promo tab is for. I think I can go ahead. Excuse me, I had to get something to drink here. I think I can go ahead and go into the products now. I pretty much ran through all these tabs here. But as you can see, hopefully you guys, this doesn't, you know, overwhelm too many people. There are a lot of moving parts, but we're trying to make it as simple as possible and as lucrative as possible as far as how the back office works. We're also going to have a link tracker here, which will track your clicks of your affiliate link. So that's coming next week. Let me go into the products. We haven't even turned this on fully yet, and the reason is, we're still in beta launch, and I actually had some server upgrades done for the transformation station just because I wanted the videos to load faster and the audios to load faster. So that's why that wasn't ready yet. Skype Ninja, it's pretty much ready too. We just need to add a few more videos in there. We're going to add some bonus software into Skype Ninja as well. It's gonna be updated to have more software than what's in there right now. The premium lead capture system, this is Bill Wynn's system. It's an amazing lead capture system. This system's been used for many other really high profile MLM companies, and people have used this system to build big downlines. I mean, it's a really good lead capture system. And most internet marketers know you need good splash pages, you need a funnel, you need to be able to keep your leads in one manageable spot as well, and you need to be able to email them when you need to. So that's what the premium lead capture system does. This is actually the product for the pass up. So when you come in, the pass up, the $4.99, the price for the monthly is included in that $4.99. Now, if the following month you pay $70 and 50 of that goes in the system, and the other 20 of it is for the lead capture system. Well, this system sells for more than that outside of RCC, so you get a really good deal on the lead capture system. Bill's actually going to do a webinar tomorrow night about the lead capture system, and we're still working on getting it integrated in here, because the way we need it integrated is when we got to have it integrated to work with the pass up downline, so the system knows if you paid or you didn't pay that month. What it will do is if you miss a payment, then it will bring you down to the non-premium version of the lead capture system. So that's how that works. And trust me guys, this is like well worth the monthly fee. I want everybody to know too, if you guys are scared of having a monthly fee to pay, you actually will not be kicked out of RCCV2 if you don't pay your monthly. You just won't be able to earn any money on the pass-up side. You can still work the boards if you only want to. But we hope everybody will build some really good direct sales teams and, and make a lot of money in the residual side and cycle for really big money. All right, let me go real fast into the transformation station. This tomorrow will actually be clickable and take you there, and so will Skype Ninja actually does already take you there. But this will let you in here tomorrow. Everybody's going to get an email with their own invitation code in the transformation station and their own password for Skype Ninja. All of our software and all of our products are password protected. They're coded, by high quality programmers and developers. This stuff, you actually do have to pay for to get this stuff. You can't just give it away or anything like that. I mean, this is like real products that we put a lot of time, effort, and money into. Anyways, here's the transformation station. This is the first product. This is a lot like the success library in RCCV1, and a lot of people did really well just promoting that as the main product in V1 because it's of great value. You're getting high quality educational, personal development, ebooks and audio books about money, investing, and these are by real authors that we paid a lot of money in order to have resale rights for some of their titles. So anyways, this is the transformation station, and we kind of have a butterfly theme, and the reason is, how the worm turns into a cocoon and then turns into a beautiful butterfly. Well, that's transforming, it's transforming into a butterfly. So then we went with a butterfly theme. And the name of the site is the transformation station. This is a totally separate site on another server where we're spending a lot of money on this server because it's just so, the files are so big because it is video, audio, videos and audios and ebooks. I'll show you the ebooks first. There's actually going to be a few hundred more. Oh wait, let me go back first. I'm going to show you guys how you register. All right, when you register, you see we got our icon there. Excuse me. In order to register, you need an invitation code. And once you get this invitation code, your password will be emailed to you right into your inbox. So you'll have your own company generated password, and you can go in there and actually change it as well. But that's how you guys will have your transformation station access. You get the invitation code first. You just put your username you want, your email, register, and then bam, you have access to the transformation station. I'm going to go ahead and log in. Didn't save my password. There's a cool video on the cover there too, but I'm not going to play it because we're on a webinar. You guys probably couldn't hear the audio on it. But this is just a little promotional video. It's a pretty neat video. The guy that helped me develop this is a really good designer and developer. This one might not look as impressive as the other ones, but this is where the ebooks will go. So let me find one. Here's the first one, 13 Secrets by Napoleon Hill. All you would do to read this ebook is click download. Might download a little bit slower because we're on a webinar. It's going pretty fast. You know, this is a classic Napoleon Hill ebook, and this is actually, I've read this one before. This is a really, really good ebook. Napoleon Hill was like one of the godfathers of personal development. He interviewed back in the, I want to say the 30s or 40s, and he interviewed like 100 of the richest men in America, learned different traits and stuff about them. You know, most of you guys probably heard of them. But anyways, this is what the ebooks look like. There's going to be a lot more titles of like more famous authors. Some of these authors in here are top-notch authors. Some of them aren't. But there's going to be a lot more. We have over 800 titles we paid for. You know, paid a lot of money to have resale rights for. So what we're going to do is add like 100 or maybe like 200 actually every month. So that way your library, you know, keeps increasing. These are the video books here. And these are kind of like the audiobooks. We just have them in video format, so you can watch them, you know, kind of listen and watch them, but they're not just straight out videos. We have another button just for, you know, ones that are just videos. But as you can see, we got, you know, really cool images. We branded it all to RCCV2. I think it's having a little bit of a time loading because of the bandwidth of being on the webinar at the same time. Well, there it goes. Whoops, I went off of it now. It started to load and it was playing the audio. But anyways, you would click on any one of these. We've got Zig Ziglar here. We got some really good authors here. Selling for Dummies, Sales Dog. I think that's Robert Kiyosaki. I forget his name. He's really famous. Joel Osteen. We have one by Joel Osteen there. But this is loading a little bit slowly because of the webinar. But it would come up with a screen here, and you can fast forward or rewind through the different parts of the audiobooks. We have a lot of audiobooks on video format. All right, and then we have just the straight up audiobooks. And I really love these because you can listen to these as you're doing other things. You can listen to them in the car. If you've got you know, a lot of the new cars nowadays, you've got a USB drive. So you just put your thumbnail USB drive into your car and you can listen to it. You can listen to it on your iPod. You can listen to it on your iPad. You could listen to them on your cell phone as well if you want to download the MP3s there. But these are all audiobooks. A lot of these same titles are in version 1, and a lot of these are brand new titles. And like I said, we've got a boatload of new material coming that we paid a lot of money in order to have resale rights, in order to have these titles in our program. So anyways, that's the transformation station. There'll be another button here that will just say video, and it will have a lot of different just videos. Like one, for example, the movie The Secret will be in there. A lot of different movies will be in the transformation station also. And it's all focused on personal development, you know, how to improve different areas of your life, how to become better at sales, how to become better at networking. You know, that's the majority of what the titles are focused on. So that's the transformation station. Let me go over here to Skype Ninja now. Skype Ninja is where we're going to be keeping all of our software products. And that's right here. You click on this. This brings you to Skype Ninja. This is a really cool website. The way we've got it designed, you can click on the different software that's in Skype Ninja, and it will tell you what it's doing. I mean, it will give you a little information about it here. But Skype Ninja also is a totally standalone site. Everybody will be getting their password and their instructions in order to get set up with Skype Ninja. That will be emailed to the database tomorrow. So just so if everybody wants to know, that's how you'll get your access to Skype Ninja tomorrow. Mine's already saved here. Now, as you can see, this is a totally different outside the system. This is actually on a different server as well. As you log in here, it's funny, Jeff Hansen is a developer, and he's kind of a young guy. He's a really cool guy, and he's got away with words in a way. He calls it the stash of awesome. But this is where your keys will be. Sorry, somebody's messaging me there on G-Talk. This will be where all your software is. So you want to download XGuy, it's right here. You click XGuy, bam, opens up, you can download XGuy. You want to download Skyscraper, opens up, you download Skyscraper. You want to download Chill, his other new software, bam, opens up, you can download it. I'm not going to do that while I'm on the webinar, but we'll have another webinar where I actually show you guys how to really get good at using this software in order to build your downlines. But as you can see, here's your license keys. They're all already here. These are generated to work just for me. So you couldn't use, for example, my Skyscraper key or my Chill key. It won't work on your computer. These are generated for one computer. If you guys want more than one Skyscraper license key or more than one Chill, all you got to do is put a support ticket in, and we'll generate you as many as you want. But you got to request that. But these work for one computer at a time. Here's the training videos. They're all here. This shows how to install XGuy, the XGuy user interface, categories and lists. These are videos done by Jeff, and this just shows you exactly how to use XGuy. This video, these are still all XGuy videos. This one here at the bottom is a Skyscraper walkthrough. This is a video I did on how to use XGuy or Skyscraper. There's going to be more videos over the next couple weeks we're adding in here, and they're going to be more in-depth training on just how to really maximize this software. Because I tell you what, guys, this software works. This software, especially XGuy, helped me to build really large downlines in a few different network marketing companies until I decided to start making my own MLM companies. So this software really works. You're getting a really good value. We sell this outside of the system, this set of software for $3.99. So, you know, nobody can't say we're not selling real products, because we are. We developed this software ourselves. You know, Jeff cost a lot of money. I mean, he's a really good developer, and he's not cheap, just so you know. He put a lot of effort into making this really good software for you guys. So this is Skype Ninja. Our good buddy Mike Lavoie, he's actually found a really good deal for us to get some really good Facebook marketing software. So we're going to add that in here sometime next week also. So Skype Ninja will not just be Skype marketing tools. It will be other software that we add to here, and a lot of training that we add in here. So it's just all stuff to help you have the extra tools, the edge, you know, to become a better network marketer and to build your list, you know, because network marketing, the bigger you can build your list, the more people you can network, the better you'll do. So that's the products. I can't show you the premium lead capture system just yet, because Bill's going to do that for you guys tomorrow. I promise you it's really good stuff. He has a lead management system in it. His pages are totally customizable, so you could add your picture to them if you want to. You can add your phone number to the pages. I think you can even add your Skype, a Skype button there and a Facebook button. So look out for that webinar tomorrow on the lead capture system. I think I went through everything. I hope I'm not talking too fast for you guys. I'm trying not to take too long, because I went through this last week, but we had more upgrades since then. So that's basically, I believe I went over everything. I'm gonna take it over to Roberta in just a couple minutes and let her. I'm gonna answer some questions in case you guys have any questions. But I first just wanted to get through this 100% before we open it up for any questions. But I believe that's everything. I hope you guys are enjoying the program. Like I said, we've paid out over $58,000 the first week just on a soft beta launch. We didn't like go crazy and do like a regular pre-launch like we did with version 1, just because we wanted to do this one, as a beta launch. And I want to thank everybody that's on the webinar for coming, for spending your time with me. I want to thank everybody that's joined the program so far, and that believe in our company, believe in our products, believe, in what we provide for you guys. This is my passion. I love network marketing. I love MLM. It's actually, it's absolutely changed my life, and I think it can change lots of other people's lives for the better. It gives you another option besides just taking the traditional 9-to-5 route, or you can use MLM as a stepping stone. You can make some good money in it, and then go start your own business, go start your own restaurant, do whatever you want with the money. But MLM, in my opinion, is one of the best opportunities for people to, raise their income levels, in a different way than a traditional 9-to-5. With that, Roberta, I think I'll take it over to you and we can get started on some questions.
Okay, great. Yeah, we got some questions. Can you hear me okay, Todd?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly, loud and clear.
Okay, great. Okay, Vanessa had asked in the beginning about the dots, and you've covered that to the left and to the right
Right.
of usernames on boards. And let's see. Gloria had mentioned she saw a board today that is not showing a 2x3 that should be direct to the number 2 spot. The personal is on the top of the 2x3 but does not show in the viewer of the 2x2. Is that because that just got started, or should she send in a support ticket? Or
possibly that that feature is going to have a little bit of edits done tomorrow. That way you can click on the username and it will take you to that board as well. So yeah, I would say, Gloria, to put a support ticket in at RCCV2support.com and we'll look into it. Excuse me.
Okay. And Lori wants to know if you're giving away a new car tonight.
Not giving away a new car. You know what? I wish I could give away a new car. If we weren't paying out 90% of the income that comes into RCCV2, I could probably give out 2 or 3 cars. But no, not yet. But don't be surprised if a couple of months from now we are giving away a car. I mean, we definitely could give away a car, as long as everything keeps going the way it's going. I don't see why not, but probably not on a webinar, probably in a contest.
Right. Now, Rowena has maybe lost her connection to the webinar, but she asked a couple of, I think, pretty good questions. She says she likes the features where you can see the money the company has paid out and seeing who got paid or new members and so forth.
Right. Yeah, we have that on version 1, and I'm going to add that to version 2. The only reason we haven't added that yet is we are in beta launch. We just did the first payouts today. I just did the first payouts. We paid out $58,000. That will be added, but probably not until sometime next month. It looks a lot better when it's 400,000 or 500,000 paid out and then showing new members than when you first get started. So anyways, that will be added, but it will be sometime next month.
And she also asked, is there a way we can see all the boards by inputting the board number?
No, I mean, I know the boards are numbered here, but the only way you can see the different boards is by searching with different usernames. So if you had a whole bunch of different usernames and you wanted to search the boards, you could. You'll be able to see your company summary in here when we add this button tomorrow, which will show all the different boards you were on previously and as they broke, which is a pretty cool feature. We already have it in the admin panel. It's just not added here yet. And it's a way for you to monitor your boards. It's a way for us to see if a board didn't split correctly, but 99.9% of the time they do split correctly. But the only way that you can search boards is by having a username on a board.
Right. And I think you kind of went over this. It was another good question from Rowena. Again, she's not maybe lost her connection, but she said, is there, and I think you went over this, is there a way we can see the breaking of the boards from the beginning?
Yes, that's exactly what I just went over. If I had
Okay.
RCCV1, maybe I'll open that up. It's V1, and I'll show you guys how that works. It's going to look a little bit different in V2. It's going to look, I think, better because it's going to have it all like in a row. I'll show you what I mean. All right, this is V1. Now, right here, we've got summary 2x2 and summary 2x3. So when you click summary 2x3 in here, it logged me out for some reason. Let me try that again. Summary 2x3. All right, see, this shows all the board breaks here, all of them that happen, and then you can click on them. So you can see this one. It shows all these people's usernames, you know, and how the board split. And then if you click this arrow, this will take you back. So here this lists all your board summary here. The way we're going to have in V2, it's just going to be, it's going to be pretty neat because it's going to be the board, and then the next board will be under it, and the next board will be under it. So you can see the progression without even having to click on a button, you know, to show it. And we're hopefully going to have that added tomorrow. And it's the same with the 2x2. You can see, you know, how you progress through the 2x2, where you started at and everything. Yes, that will be added hopefully tomorrow, and that's a really great tool to keep track of things.
Right. And she also asked, finally, her last question was, how many members are in RCCV1 and how many are in RCCV2?
We have close to 30,000 positions in RCCV1. That's different than members. And the reason is you got in RCCV1, we were giving away e-pins as you cycle the 2x3. So a lot of those positions, yeah, that's still a paid for position. A lot of those are e-pins from cycling, but we have close to 30,000 positions in RCCV1, and we've paid out close to $6 million. And that was
Wow.
in a little over a year. So we have high hopes for version 2 just because version 1's done so well. And version 1's actually still doing well. We still, like, we had 40-something people join today. You know, we had a nice number of people join yesterday. It's not in the momentum it was, but there's still a lot of teams working it. You know, the compensation plan is rock solid. The products are rock solid. So it could go forever, really. But here you can see how much we paid out right here, and that's a real number of real money that's been paid to the members in the last 13 months. The version 2 so far, we have actually only about 500 members so far because we're in beta launch, and I haven't really started any company marketing, which I did kind of a lot of that version 1, which helped get the name of it out there more. I'm going to start that March 1st. But version 1, we only had 200 people when we started, when we launched, and we had like a month-long pre-launch. We had 200 people prepaid. So we went from 200 people to, you know, close to 30,000. So we're hoping to do even more than that in V2. So I hope that answered those questions.
Awesome. Yeah, Lori mentions the transformation station is obviously worth at least 10K or more if you bought the sets separately.
Oh
That's the
yeah,
first time
definitely.
I've seen them, Todd. Those are beautiful. That
Uh,
those products back there, beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, we've had big teams in version 1 especially that, you know, they just promote the success library. That's what it's called in version 1. Version 2 is the transformation station, you know, and we're taking it a step farther with adding videos, a lot more audios, and a lot more titles. But yeah, definitely the titles are real, you know, valuable. Some of them are a little bit older titles, and that's the reason we can get resale rights on them. Is because let's say you watch Tony Robbins, you listen to one of his ebooks that's a few years old, maybe you'll want to buy his brand new stuff. Um, but yeah, the transformation station, the products are worth thousands and thousands of dollars in there, you know, as standalone
Mm.
products.
Right. Alan is asking, what about V2 Twitter app? Has Chill replaced that?
No, Chill did not replace that. What happened with the V2 Twitter app, to be honest, a programmer, we ran into a few snags getting it programmed. And we like to program everything in-house. Um, and it just wasn't, we didn't think it was up to our standards as far as what it really could do with Twitter. You know, we don't want to sell you guys software that's mediocre or that doesn't really produce results. So we're actually still working on the Twitter app. I think it will probably be another 3 weeks to a month. It will be added. So the Twitter app is still coming. I promise you that, but it's going to be a few more weeks. We're still tweaking it, and we actually brought on another programmer to help make it better. Now, the Facebook marketing app, that is a third-party app, but it's a top-of-the-line one, and that will be in with Skype Ninja sometime this week. So you'll have a Facebook marketing app plus the Skype marketing apps. But the Twitter one's a little ways off, but I promise you when we get the Twitter app finished, we'll have probably one of the best Twitter applications for network marketers online. We don't want to bring out software unless it's really good software.
Mm-hmm. Great. And Alan's also asked, and this has been asked before, what is beta launch? What does that mean?
Beta launch basically means like a pre-launch kind of. A lot of even the big companies do it. You know, even Microsoft when they upgrade their systems, they go into beta at first. There's a joke that it means bugs expected to appear, but in a way it does. A beta launch means you're testing your code live in a live environment. It's different to test a program like this, you know, in a demo server environment, because you don't have real live people joining the program and you don't have real live people using all these different payment processors. And a lot of time the payment processors are who can cause a problem with our code. You know, the APIs. An API just is, you know, the program talking to the payment processor and the payment processor sending code back to the program. Well, when you go into beta, you're really testing a lot of that stuff in a live environment so that we can get feedback from you guys, the members, and make the program the best it could be. So we do a month of beta launch, and then everything is polished up, clean as a whistle. Then we go into full launch, you know, and try to bring in, you know, thousands of people, and everything's already been fully tested. And that's basically what a beta launch is. Do we have any more
All
questions?
right. And yeah, actually, yeah, we have a few more. When Donald came in, he said hello, and I said, how are you? And he said, I'm fine and enjoying Todd.
Thank you, Donald.
Yeah. Okay. Nicole is asking, she says, hello, Todd. Is there a maximum daily amount for bank wires as well?
Um, the maximum that she could withdraw daily?
That's a good question for her question.
Well,
Nicole, if
yeah,
you're listening, maybe you could be more specific. You mean to set to have new members coming in or to withdraw?
if she means withdrawal, there's no maximum. Maybe she means per week. We're gonna do the payouts like I said every Wednesday. So if you had a withdrawal in for $10,000, you could get it bank wired. You know, every Wednesday. The only thing with bank wire is I will not send a bank wire over $10,000, and the reason is that there's a little bit of extra paperwork that gets involved when you send a bank wire over 10,000
Also coming
by the
in
IRS.
too.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that
coming in as
Homeland
well.
Security. Yeah, if you if
Right.
you have a deposit of over, what is it, $9,999, like 10 grand
Right.
is the magic number. It's like they red flag your account unless you're like a business account that makes that kind of money, you know,
Right.
more than that at a time.
And a lot of the people here on the webinar, if you guys plan to make 100 grand this year in RCCV2, you should go set up a business bank account. You should go set up an LLC. Just put it in your name. It's really simple to do. I'm actually going to do some training on that because a lot of people don't know how to do that. You set up a business name. You get a business bank account if you plan on doing big numbers, because then then they look at you like you're a business. When you have a personal bank account and you start sending large sums of money, especially if you're sending it overseas, it can, red flagged and everything. So
Right.
actually, I won't send out more than 9,000, but you could have an $18,000 week, and I could send you two different $9,000 bank wires in one week. I would have no problem doing that. But the bank wires will be going out every Wednesday, so only once a week.
Okay. All right, and let's see. Brent is asking, I'm a member of the first RCC. Am I then already a member of RCCV2?
That's a good question, Brent. The only way you would be a member of both is if you paid to join both. Um, RCCV1 costs $315 to join. RCCV2 is $499 to join. They're both cycler programs. If you've been watching the webinar, you can see that RCCV2, we've added the residual side and updated the products and everything. But being a member of V1 doesn't make you a member of V2. But you can make money. This is one thing we let people do. If you want to do V1 first, you can use your e-wallet balance to purchase a position into V2.
Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, Damien is asking, so I just began on RCCV2, and I'm trying to figure out the easiest way to purchase e-vouchers. That's a great question.
Yes, it is. And we should have this page up already, but we don't. We're going to have a page up that we do have it actually on a little pre-launch page. We kind of did do a little week-long pre-launch. It wasn't a real pre-launch, though. We do have a page, and if you put a support ticket in, that would be best. But please put a support ticket in, and we'll send you all that information. But we're going to have a page. We have different ways. If you want to bank wire and buy a lot of e-pin, e-vouchers in bulk, we will actually cover your bank wire fee and give you a discount on 10 or more. So if you're looking to buy, 10 or more e-vouchers at one time and do a nice build with your team or do some marketing with them, the best way would be to bank wire. And I've got a Bank of America business account set up, and I also have an HSBC account set up over in the Philippines. Now, we're also going to have two new business accounts. I'm setting them up next week with Chase Bank and another Bank of America account. And these are all business accounts. So the best way if you want to buy a lot of vouchers is with by bank wire. And as soon as we see your wire, or you can send us a receipt that it went through, we will give you all your vouchers.
Cool. Great question. Okay, Rowena made it back on. Rowena, I hope you heard the answers to your questions because they were great questions. I hope you got back on in time. And then Damien asks another question here. I don't know about version 1, but will there be a working help button in the future?
Is he talking about the support system?
Yeah, Damien, can you be a little more specific? Well, scroll down and see.
That's probably what he's talking about. The support ticket system is live. You had a couple of mishaps with it as well, but I'm going to go to it right now. You can go to rccv2support.com. You can open a ticket right here, and this already is working, and that is linked to the home page as well. Let me make sure that's working. If you go down here at the bottom of the page, you have your support button, and that will take you to the ticket page. So yes, we have a working support ticket button. We're going to have a call-in number as well that will be answered, about 4 hours out of the day. It will be like physically answered by a live support person, and if it's not answered when you call in, you'll be able to leave a message. So as we do our full launch starting March 1st, that's another reason we're in beta. We don't have our full support team set up yet. But right now you do have tickets. We've got the Skype room, which we do a lot of support in Skype. But yes, we have a live button that works, and we're going to have call-in support for support.
Okay. Lena is asking, I'm sorry I just got on. How do I know where my next direct referral will go when I'm signing up my 7th direct? Way to go, Lena.
Oh, nice. Good job on 7 directs.
Yeah.
Okay, she asked me, how will she know where that 7th person, what board that 7th person's going to land on?
Right.
That's a good question. I should get
It
Lori
is
on
a
to
great question.
answer that one, because I haven't been working these boards. I've just been developing them. Well, here, first of all, a good place to start would be your direct sales team. Or actually, you know what the best way would be after we have our summary in here? You need to see where number 6 fell, because where your number 6 person fell, your number 7 should fall right after number 6. Now, if you're already on a CEO 2x2 board, which you probably are with 6 direct signups, then your number 7 fall wherever your number 6 person fell. So go, search the username of your number 6 person in here, and then I'm pretty darn sure that's where your number 7 person would go. If Lori's on here, can you see if Lori's listening, if she will correct me if I'm wrong?
Lori's here. Let me find her and unmute her.
But because they follow in order. I mean, if it's your direct sign up and you didn't put it like, 2 under 2 under 2, if you're not stacking people, if you're putting them all direct to you, then wherever your number 6 was at, your number 7 is going to go on that same board.
Right.
Right
I
behind
just
it.
unmuted her. I just unmuted her.
Okay.
Is that correct, Lori?
Okay, here's how it works. If you're on the 2x3, they will fall on your 2x3 on that bottom 8 line, next in line to the next one that's open. If you're in the 2x2, the computer searches for your first direct referrals 2x3 board and will fall on that board on the bottom 8 line. If your first referral is in the 2x2 as well with you, it will look for your second referral. If none of your referrals are still on the 2x3, everybody's up in the 2x2, and you bring in a new person, they will fall on your sponsors. I think it's your sponsors. Yes. It's either your downline or your sponsor. I can't remember which at the moment because I helped Nan with the logic, but I have to look at it. But it will fall on either your sponsors downline in a 2x3 to help stay in that line, or it will fall on one of your downlines next people's boards to keep pushing up to you. That's how it works. It follows, the downline where their boards are as it keeps pushing up to you. It will not fall on a board like the oldest board in the company. Like in V1, it would fall on the oldest board in the company if there's nobody to go under. So it will keep going and searching for that next board that actually is in line to you.
Let me ask you this though, Lori. Let's say she's building really fast, and she's putting one person in after another person after another person, and she's on the 2x2. Wouldn't they still be going to the same boards if they're direct to her, because it would still be following that same board? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that first one, if the first or second person she brought in is still on that 2x3, that's where it would keep going across that bottom 8 line.
Right. So it would keep filling up one board basically, because it's going to be on that same board. Your number 6 will probably be on the same board as your number 7, as your number 8,
I think so.
until that board splits.
Yes, yeah, you just explained it differently than I did, but yes, that's correct. So we have both versions, yeah.
Okay, cool. I hope that answered her.
Yeah, you did good.
Thank you, Lori.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Lori. Okay. Rowena, glad you got back on, hon. I hope you heard all the answers. And Lori also asked, Charles asked me today if we will have the money, whoops. Oh, you muted. I'm not muted. Sorry about that. If we will have the money paid out, and also the people cycling on the front of the V2 website. I'm not sure what that means.
Roberta, I'm having a little bit of difficulties here. You're breaking up on me.
I'm breaking up?
Yeah, I think it might be my internet, because it's showing me you may be experiencing network difficulties.
You're fine over here, Roberta.
Oh, good.
I can log out and log right back in, can I?
Okay.
Yep, probably, yeah.
Let me do that real quick, because it's
okay.
You guys sound like robots on my end.
Oh.
That That question by Charles was, you know, on the V1 site where it's got that great big $6 million paid out to members.
Oh, uh-huh.
Yeah, he's talking about that on version 2 if we're going to have that on the front. And then on one side there's a scrolling names, usernames of who just joined, and on the other side scrolling names of who just cycled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on the front of V1, and he was just curious about that.
I don't know what the screen is showing because Todd was the organizer. What is actually showing?
Well, right now it's just showing register now. It looks like we got kicked out.
Okay.
Can anybody else type in the thing? Can you see anybody else typing? Can they see us?
Well, I mean, I can still see, whoops, I can still see the, I've got the, I keep losing it. The question box I still have open.
Yeah, that's still open.
But that's still open for me. Can you all see that, or just the register now? Oh, you can.
I can see
it. Let me get rid of that. Okay, well, we'll just give it a minute here and let Todd log back in. I should have probably changed presenters. I have the PowerPoint up in front just in case, because you never know.
Well, I can just tell some people about the other features that you know, how the residual works basically, you know, and I've had a lot of questions about that, and it's really simple to tell everybody that as everybody goes wide on those first 2 levels, it's an amazing residual amount of money you're going to make, and that's what's really important to all of us, is to have a base, and that the boards themselves are like big chunks of big cash. You never know when you're going to get it, but that residual money really comes in nicely.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a guaranteed. It's money you can rely on every month, and that I think is people need that.
Right, and it's funny how you don't think it's going to be very much, but as this, you know, 4 or 5 days goes by, all of a sudden you're starting to see it grow and grow, and you're like, wow, you know, can you imagine what it's going to look like in a year? It's really going to be a nice residual income.
Absolutely.
And, the boards are just. When you go wide like that, they are on fire. Those boards will cycle like they're on fire.
And you know what else I like about that, Lori? Because I'm all for team building, but you know what people need to bear in mind, like this last gal that asked the question, where will her 7th person go? I like to call that spillover, because she's already on her 2x2, I would think more than likely, already up there. So anybody new she brings in is going to impact her downlines 2x3. So I think that's a win-win, because people obviously are very anxious to get, I mean, $600 is very nice. You know, when you cycle your 2x3, that's great. But when they're trying to get to that 2x2 for the big bucks, and you've got a sponsor that is going wide, it's also helping the team. So I think it's a win-win.
Yeah, I do too. And
I really do.
RCC really has a feel good about it. Even RCCV1, it was like it just had a really good feel good. You wanted to engage with people every day. I want to tell everybody one thing that's really, really important is we have a Skype room. If you're not familiar with Skype, it's very easy. It's no different. Some people are real Facebook friendly people where they do Facebook all the time. You know, that little chat box that you have. Skype is just basically the same, but actually much more powerful, because you can send files, and you have rooms with everybody in it together where everybody's chatting together, and you can learn so much, and you're not missing out on anything. And so it's really important you become comfortable. Download an older version of Skype. I wouldn't say, well, you can download the newer version. It's fine. I guess the X guy does work on a newer version, but go ahead and download Skype at skype.com. Get set up. It takes literally 2 seconds, and then you're there. Contact myself at Lori.Trotter. That's Lorrie .Trotter, like the horse, Trotter on Skype. Search me out, and I will actually physically get you in those rooms, into the RCCV2 room, and you will be engaged with the biggest family, the RCC family. And all the leaders are there, all the team members are there, and everybody shares. And so it's a wonderful place to be, and you just really need to be there.
I totally agree, Lori. And, you know, Skype is just a wonderful way to reach out to somebody from across the pond. You know
Mm-hmm.
how they say that. If you're in the United States and you've got somebody in your team that's over in Australia, you can instant message live,
Yeah.
real time,
When
and
you can share your screen. If I'm
mm-hmm.
telling somebody about their boards, I can actually show them a screenshot or actually do a screen share right on Skype where they can see what I'm seeing at the same time as I'm talking to them. And
Right.
so people don't know the power of Skype. It's very powerful. And with XSky, then to be able to communicate to organized members that are part of your Skype, list, that's really a great
Right.
tool.
It is. It really, really is. Well, let's see if there's any other questions here, Lori, that
Okay.
you might be able to answer. Vanessa's, so Facebook marketing app, are we able to market RCC on Facebook? Yes. Facebook networking, if you do it right and you use the tool that that Mike has, it's awesome. It's awesome. You can put it on autopilot. It's going to be very discriminating as far as where you're going to advertise, so you're not considered spamming people. It really, Facebook marketing is really very, very powerful. I myself have about 5,000 contacts
Wow.
on Facebook. Yeah, but I never really knew, because typically when you go on Facebook and go, hey, RCCV2, your response from people that are in your contact list is, oh yeah, well I got abc.com. It's just back and forth. What do you got is what I got. Nobody does anything. Typically, that's, I think, what happens to people.
Yeah,
But
well, the
there are
best way to do
groups.
it is, they're really the best. You don't need a gazillion people here in RCCV2 to be successful. You only need 2 people to be totally qualified. So what
Right.
does that mean is you can just reach out and talk to someone. And when you're talking to someone, all you do is giving them a video or your link. And you say, watch the video, come to the webinar. That's all you say. Because you don't want to have to explain it. You want to show them how simple it is for you to share it. Then they can do the same thing. So it's 100% duplicatable. Everybody can give somebody a link. And they say, well, what is it? Well, just
Right.
watch it. Just watch it and call me back. And that takes it off your shoulders. You don't have to be afraid that you're not going to know something that they're going to ask you a question about. And then let the video do the presentation for you and the webinar
Right.
as well.
Exactly.
So it's that simple.
It looks like Todd's made it back on. So what I'm going to do, I had changed presenter back to myself so I could open up the question box without the audience being able to see it. So I'm going to make Todd the presenter again. And I don't, okay. Todd, are you back?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
We can hear you fine. I'm sorry, I should have been checking to see if you were back or not. I hope you weren't sitting there too long.
I just came back in. I had to restart.
Okay.
I don't it was something with my internet. I got this new fiber optics internet, but I guess I had a little hiccup there and my speed went down really slow, but I restarted. Everything's fine now. So I'm back.
Oh, good. Good, good. Well, Lori's been kind enough to, she's answered a couple of questions, and we've gone over a couple of things with Facebook for that product and so forth. But
that's awesome. Appreciate
but
that,
yeah,
Lori.
yeah. Well, I love Lori.
Lori is an amazing admin and
Oh,
support.
I adore her. She's just wonderful. She's just a great gal.
So do
Okay.
we have more questions?
Oh, heavens, yes. Okay,
here.
marketing. Alan says marketing online can be a headache, but everybody knows somebody who needs to transform their thinking. Amen to that, Alan. And RV. Okay, RV is a wonderful gal from Hawaii, powerful woman. Really, really, really love RV. She said, when the sponsor is on the 2x2 board, how is a direct referral who had just signed up placed on the board? Where and who decides where or what board they will be placed on? I think, Todd, you went into that very in depth, and it's very likely that I didn't see this question because you
it's
went
okay.
into that.
RV, get with Lori about that. I know you guys work together a lot already. It works a little bit differently with V2, as I understand, which I think it works better with V2 the way it should. So get with Lori personally, and she can explain to you exactly how it works. We were saying earlier, if you're putting people in fast, I mean, at least you know if you're number 6 went on an empty spot and 10 minutes later you're putting in a 7th person, it's going to go on the same board that you put that 6th person on until that board splits. And if you get with Lori on that, RV, and we explained a little bit earlier as well on the webinar, but I think Lori could really give you a full detailed, like a map of how it exactly works.
All right. Okay, and you're welcome, Brent. Question to Todd from Mikael. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. From Lori, will there come up a counter that can tell you how many people you have in your downline, like network members we have in V1?
Yes, that's your direct sales team. So your direct sales team, that button here, shows you your direct downline. It's a little bit like in V1 we have the tree viewer. This is the tree viewer also. I think this is more pretty than a tree viewer, and you can click on each individual member, you know, and go right to their profile. So you do have that. Excuse me.
Okay. All right, let's see. We understand how 2 referrals work, but now that we're going wide now, what determines what board the additionals, and once again, Rowena, well, Todd, I'll let you take that, but she's basically asking what Lori just went over.
Yeah, you know what? That's
Rowena.
the reason I think we're getting that question more often now is because the strategy is go wide. If you're doing the 2 under 2 under 2 under 2 strategy, then you know exactly where those people are going because you know what boards they're on. Like if you're putting 2 under Sally and then you put the 2 people under the 2 people under Sally, it's a little bit easier, I guess, in a way to see where the people are going. But the going wide strategy, especially in this comp plan, is a much more powerful way to do it. I think what the best way that this would be done is, I think, Lori, we need to do a video about this that will show people like exactly, you know, once you're up to 7, where does your 8th person go? Where does your 9th person go? Where does your 10th person go? We'll do a video to show you guys, so it will maybe help you judge it a little bit better. The thing you got to remember is when you're putting people direct to you, and that's your direct sign up, those people, as they're doing the same, all your directs are coded to you. So they are working their way to your board because that is your direct sign up. So once you have more personal directs, you have more people coming to your CEO level, which will in turn keep cycling you in the CEO level. When you're going really deep, yes, that still pushes up people to your 2x2, but excuse me, but not as powerfully as going wide. So I think I'll get with Lori and we'll do a detailed description of when you're building wide, where your signups will end up landing.
Okay. Damien is still asking, he feels that it's cumbersome to have to log out to go to support once you are a member. Can you access support? Todd showed us on the home page that there is a support link that's, you know, you click on right at the bottom of the page. So you don't have to go outside, if I'm saying that right, Todd, to Damien. You can just go to the bottom of the page and there's a support button. So, whoops. Did Todd go offline again? Well, I'm not sure. Can y'all hear me? Oh, there he is. Todd, I can't hear you.
I can hear you, Roberta.
You can hear me, but I think Todd just said he's having difficulty.
Okay. What's the next question?
Yeah, let's get to them, Lori. Okay. Okay. Okay, the topic was brought up in the Skype room. If your direct referral lands on the 2x2 before you do, will you still turn red automatically when you land there? If not, why not? And what is the purpose of having to beat your own personal directs to the 2x2?
Okay. This is the way it's coded. And this is important to know because it's only one. Let's say your personal comes up, you guys split off in the 2x3, he ended up on a faster board, he got to the 2x2 faster than you did, and then you come up behind him. He will not turn you red, he will not qualify you. All of your personals must come in behind you on the 2x2 to qualify you. That's the way it works. It always has worked that way in version 1 as well, but there was a glitch in the color coding of those 2x2 boards, and some of them, not all of them, just very few. So the thing is, it's always been that way, and this is the way it's coded. Now, they only have to go, your referral only has to cycle off one time, and he will always follow you from there on, anyway. And so it just has to be that way. Now, you also have, if you're going wide, and that's another reason to go wide, if you have 10 referrals to you, linked to you, they're all coming up to you anyway, one of them is going to qualify you pretty quickly. So if your first one came up before you, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I just got jumped, and oh my gosh, they're just so upset about it. Well, your next one's going to come up and qualify you. It's color doesn't mean that you're not going to get paid. In fact, there's several people at the top of a 2x3 or a 2x2 right now. They all get paid. Color has nothing to do with getting paid. Color has everything to do with jumping or not being jumped. Okay, so color is nothing to do about getting paid. You're still going to get paid no matter what color you are, whether you're at the top of the 2x3 or the top of the 2x2, or of course the top of the 1x2. And so next question.
Okay, I had to switch
Todd,
around.
are you there?
Hey, listen, I called in on the dial-in line because
he's got to give away the gifts.
Yes, I know, and it's acting. My internet is acting wacky. I don't know why, because it's supposed to be super fast, but it keeps dropping the audio. But can you guys all hear me okay? I called in on the phone.
Oh yeah, we can hear you fine.
All right,
yeah,
awesome.
I think we ought to get to the gifts. It's been more than an hour and a half now. I think we should get to the gift giving.
Yes,
yeah,
I
Todd,
agree.
how do you want these people chosen? How are we doing it this time?
Let's do it the same way we did last time. I'm just going to randomly pick 3 different letters, and then you pick randomly somebody that you don't know that's on the webinar that has that letter in their first name. Let's try to do it like that again.
Okay.
If that's cool.
So you pick a letter.
All right, I'm just going to pick A because I think I started with C last time.
Everybody knows Roberta.
Well, there has to be someone on the webinar that she doesn't recognize their name, maybe. Hopefully.
I'm never going to win a prize. No. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. The first letter is A, randomly. I do not know this person. And her name is Andrea Hensley.
Okay. Andrea. What did you say the last name was?
Hensley, Hensley.
L-E-Y. And she is on the webinar right now?
Good question. Andrea, can you maybe put a message in so we know you're here?
Well, you can at least see her in the list if she's still on it, right?
It looks like she's still on. She's not offline, and it looks like
well, that's cool. Well, congratulations. And did you say it was Andrea?
Andrea, yes.
Okay.
Andrea.
Andrea just won a brand new iPad 2, the new one that just came out. So that's an Apple iPad. And one of the reasons I want to give away this gift is our program, RCCV2, looks really good on iPads. It looks good on iPhones. It looks good on a smartphone, the Android tablets. And that's one thing we spend a lot of extra money on, getting our site developed, even the back office. You can share RCCV2 with a smartphone. You could show somebody at work. You can log in your back office, even show the boards. They kind of line up differently because it adjusts for your screen size.
but the website adjusts for the smartphones, the iPads, iPhones. So congratulations, Andrea. I hope you use the iPad to maybe show some of your friends and buddies RCCV2 on your iPad.
Awesome. Okay, prize number 2, give me a letter.
How about G?
G. All righty, let's see. We will, okay, I have a name, and it is George Katsumoto. So it's K-A-T-S like Sam, U-M-O-T-O, George Katsumoto. Congratulations, George.
George won an e-voucher worth, as you guys know, $499, a position N2 RCCV2. So hopefully you can use that, for somebody that really wants to work the program with them. So congratulations, George, on your e-voucher. And let's do one more letter. Is there somebody with a name that starts with W?
W. Let's take a look. See. Actually, no W's, believe it or not.
No W's. All right, I have to think of a different letter. Wanted to do one a little bit different. Well, let's see. How about S?
Yes, we have a couple of S's. How about Serena Rodriguez?
Serena. That's a pretty name.
Mm-hmm. Well, congratulations, Serena.
Serena, you won $100 cold hard cash, which we can send it to you with PayPal, STP, or however you want us to send it to you. So congratulations, $100. That's the
Wow,
three.
Way to go.
We're gonna do more once we get the full launch in March. We're gonna have even more prizes, and we're gonna do it a little bit differently. But keep in mind, guys, this is the beta launch. But congratulations to Andrea again. You won a brand new iPad. George won an e-voucher, and Serena won $100.
And she's responded, congratulations, dear. You're very, very welcome. It's so, I love to see. I'm smiling ear to ear for all three. So you're very welcome, sweetheart. She said, Kaboom 808.
All right, you guys will receive an email here in just a little while and instructions on how to receive your prizes. I just want to thank everybody for spending the time. Just about 90% of the people that were on this call in the beginning are still on the call. We appreciate you spending your time. We appreciate you putting your trust into RCCV2, into what we're doing. And I want to show you guys, we're going to give you guys the best support we possibly can. As we go into full launch in March, there will be even more support. You'll have more marketing training materials. You'll have, more in-depth training on the software products. So I just want you guys to know you're in the right hands. You're here at the beginning of this thing. This is the very, very beginning. You guys seen what RCCV1 did. We paid out $6 million now almost, in just over a year. So we want to do 5 or 10 times that much with version 2. So I just want you guys to know I think you're at the right place at the right time. Thank you for being on the webinar. Did you guys want to do any more questions?
You know what? I'm looking around to see, and it looks like all the questions that there are duplicate questions. I'm not seeing anything new, just thank yous. And Michael, you are asking for the PowerPoint, please. I don't quite know what you mean. Well, oh, can you email the PowerPoint to our email? Okay. Would he send in a ticket for that, Todd, to get a PowerPoint?
Yes, please put a ticket in the RCCV2. I'm going through some of the chat box here too. I got it on where I can see it now finally. Yes, if you guys want a copy of Lori's wonderful PowerPoint there, just put in a ticket at rccv2support.com, request it, and we'll get it sent right over to you.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So tomorrow night, folks, we'll be back again. Tomorrow night will be a more of a formal presentation. I'm assuming Debbie, I know they've had some terrible weather where she is. I'm not even sure she's online. A lot of folks have lost power for days on end, so I hope she's here. But I'll be here. 7 p.m. The schedule will probably start changing a little bit, so just look for the emails and so forth. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled to be part of this. Todd, we love you. You're fantastic. What you've put in front of us here is going to be life-changing. I know it will be for myself. You're very welcome, Serena. She just can't get over this. Isn't she great? Go Hawaii! But in any case, I'm happy to be here. I thank everybody for being here. And gee, Todd, it's so nice to have you on the webinars. And we look forward to more and more of this, as well as having Lori
I'll
here.
be doing a lot more webinars for you guys, especially as we go into full launch. And I appreciate everybody being here. Wow, we went up for an hour and 40 minutes. But I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here. Thank you so much, Roberta. You did a wonderful presentation job. Thank you for taking your time as well to be here with us. And thank you, everybody, for being on the call.
Thanks, Todd. Serena, time is money. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close out the webinar. I'll be here, like I said, tomorrow night at 7. If you have any guests or prospects that you want to have come tomorrow night, will be a formal presentation. You're very welcome to come in, ask questions. That's what the webinars are for. It's to give you guys a much easier time because it's structured. It's a PowerPoint visual. People are very visual, so I encourage everybody to attend as many webinars with guests as you can. It's just going to help you grow your organization, and that means money in the bank. So we love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night, and God bless you all, and thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Lori, thank you so much. And to everybody else, have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time.